So, I'm not gonna play the video here. I'll put it in the description. But Andrew Tate basically eviscerated Ben Shapiro. And I completely agree with everything he said in this clip. Now, obviously, I've already gone over Ben Shapiro. I've talked about the Talmud, how religion may influence his view right now. But in any case, I want to extrapolate this. I want to get past just the simple Ben Shapiro is advocating genocide. I want to see the forest here. First of all, I want to point out the hypocrisy here. Ben Shapiro is always talking about the left's bully tactics. In fact, remember his debate with Piers Morgan about guns. And he was like, well, the left, puts these bully tactics. They say, well, you don't care about the kids at Sandy Hook if you don't, blah, blah, blah. Isn't that what he's doing right now? Well, if you don't support Hamas, excuse me, not Hamas. If you don't support Israel, then you're an anti-Semite. You hate Jewish people. Isn't that what he's saying right now? Isn't that the left's bully tactic he's using right now? Is it not? That's what he's doing right now. Well, if you don't support Israel, we're gonna have nuclear war, so you need to support the killing civilians. Seriously, that's what he's doing right now. It's terrible. He's doing the exact thing he's known for combating. Jeez, that TV is so loud. My little sister's watching Caillou. I could hear it from here. Anyways. Yeah, he's doing exactly what he was talking about. What we know Ben Shapiro for. Oh, facts don't care about your feelings. In fact, this is a feelings-based argument, isn't it? Well, if you don't support Israel, then you're an anti-Semite. Isn't the basis of that just feelings? That's not a logical, substantive argument. That's just an ad hominem. Now, that's the first thing, hypocrisy. Always seek out, if you're going to trust someone, which a lot of people trust Ben Shapiro for news, opinions, this, that, and the third. If you're going to trust someone, always look out for these little bits of hypocrisy. Because Ben Shapiro's getting exposed right now. He's getting exposed as a hypocrite and a warmonger. So always look out for moments where you can truly expose someone to see their true colors. Because we're seeing Ben Shapiro's true colors right now. And also, Andrew Tate made a very good point here. It's always the people who have never actually been through anything who, war, go to war for me, go to war for me. Like Ben Shapiro's this little dude. And maybe not so much in height. If I recall correctly, he's about average in height. But in terms of stature, he's a little guy. Right? We can all agree on that. And he's the guy, I don't know how his upbringing, but for what I can assume, it was an affluent upbringing. And he's the one sitting behind his desk and says, we need to kill all of Hamas, Gaza, bomb it all, kill everybody, right? It's always the people who've never been through anything, and the people who have actually been through things are like, hey, how about we don't kill anybody? How about we don't blow any kids' limbs off, right? How about we don't kill any innocent people? Let's just, try to find some peace here. Trying to find maybe some common ground. Let's stop killing people. Human lives are at risk here. And that's the thing with war, all these warmongers, they don't understand this. It's a very simple concept, but they never understand it. Human lives are worth something. Whether it's a Palestinian life, Israeli life. I'm not pro-Palestine, by the way. I'm not pro-Gaza. I'm an American. I don't really care. I have no interest in Palestine or Gaza, but the lives are all important. It doesn't matter what type of life it is. And like I said, this contributes. Maybe I will go through the religious aspect of this a little bit, because the Talmud, it literally says, non-Jews or goyim. Non-Jews are animals. So, of course, Ben Shapiro doesn't care about the other lives. They're animals under Talmudic Judaism. Just animals. Who cares? So maybe that's why he has this view. That's the theory I pondered in the Candace Owens Ben Shapiro video I made. And I provided some of the verses in the description. I'm not going to bother doing that here because it's not the point here. But Ben Shapiro's, what he's doing, again, extrapolating here, it's like he's like a troll. Like a troll on the internet. Because what are trolls on the internet doing? They're all fat dudes, fat neckbeards, who do nothing with their lives. And they're like criticizing, all they do for their for a living is just criticize people who are more successful and actually done things. Look at that guy, look at that guy, look at that guy. That guy didn't do it like this. Look. It's like the people who hate Donald Trump so much. It's kind of like that. Because I'm not saying you can't criticize people that are more successful than you. But having that be your entire life is very sad. Because people with no talent, no nothing, they make no money. They're saying, Donald Trump is this, Donald Trump's that, I hate Donald Trump, I hate Donald Trump. Donald Trump's a bad businessman. That's always the one. It's like there's people on Twitter, Trump starts trending, people are like, Trump is actually a terrible businessman. Did you know that? He bankrupted a bunch of, and I actually talked about this in another video. And the easiest way to tell someone knows nothing about business, Donald Trump bankrupted this one company? Donald Trump bankrupted a company, huh? Well, how many companies have you, how much money have you made in business? Zero. You're talking about a guy who bankrupted a company, probably strategically, okay, because there's such a thing as strategic bankruptcy, who's made billions of dollars. You're talking to that guy about one bankruptcy, one mistake. And the same thing applies to sports. To an extent. Like I said, I'm not saying you can't criticize anybody. But at the end of the day, if your living is just, well, this guy should have done this guy should have done that, well, how much have you done? Can you do anything? How good are you? It's always the people who don't know anything are always talking the most. Because people who actually know things and understand how things work, they usually are more silent on these type of issues. Or they certainly aren't trying to espouse. There's a saying that goes, it's something like fools opening their mouths all the time, and smarter people usually closing their mouths. That's what's applying here. It's always the fools who just keep talking about asinine stuff. Ben Shapiro says we should go to war, kill everybody, kill Hamas, bomb Gaza, boom, everybody dead. Yeah, a bunch of kids died, but who cares? It's my agenda. It's always the fools who just open their mouths all the time and start asking people to do things for them without understanding the consequences, or not caring about the consequences because they don't understand it. Or, in Ben's case, maybe a religious take of just not caring. Or under a religious take, it might even be a good thing. He just sits behind the desk and he just warmongers and warmongers. Sad thing, to be honest, because this guy is supposedly our #1 conservative speaker, right? And he's been wrong about every issue in modern time that I can think of. Can't get too far into that because that type of stuff gets censored, but I think Tate brought that up. That is a good point. Be careful who you listen to. That's the lesson you should take away from this whole, not even just the Tate versus Ben Shapiro thing, but this whole thing about Ben Shapiro. Be careful about who you listen to, because I used to be a big fan of Ben Shapiro. I used to be like, yeah, facts don't care about your feelings. Now I can't even say that, because that is a good phrase. That is a good saying, but it's just associated with Ben Shapiro. And I'm not too keen on being a proponent of this guy. Based on what I've seen now. He's exposed himself. Be careful who you listen to.